Hey guys, my name is Dr. Mike Diatte, and today I'm going to tell you the truth about zero calorie, zero sugar, or diet drinks. Now, right off the bat, I'm not here to bash these drinks or to tell you that they're terrible for you, that you should never have them. They're in my home. I drink them, and I'm willing to bet that you do too. My goal is to simply educate you and show you what actually gets put in these drinks and how they could affect your body in both a positive and negative way. Doing this project has changed the way I think about these drinks and has changed the way that I'm going to be recommending them to patients in my office. To start things off, let's talk about artificial sweeteners. Now, food companies are smart. They realize that if they're taking away the sugar from a drink, then it's not going to be as appealing to those of us who like drinking something that tastes sweet. In order to make up for the loss of sugar, companies have started adding artificial sweeteners to their products. Some common ones you might be familiar with are Sweet and Low or Splenda. Let me show you this table of artificial sweeteners. You'll notice in the first column that there are at least 15 different available sweeteners to use in place of sugar. Some of the common ones, like I mentioned, are sucralose or Splenda, or saccharin, which is Sweet and Low. The next column over is the level of sweetness compared to regular sugar. Some of these products have up to 37,000 times the level of sweetness as sugar, which is pretty crazy. Now you can see that some of these sweeteners are natural and some are synthetic, but at the end of the day, when it gets boiled down, a lot of them have very similar effects in the body, which is what we'll go into in a little bit. Now, what's crazy to me is that the FDA doesn't require companies put the amounts of these products on the labels. Aside from the taste being sweet, the addition of these products in drinks is often pretty well hidden. The bottles will say zero sugar, which is technically true, but if you read the list of ingredients, you'll often see products like sucralose or sorbitol. So I have an example here. This was just the particular drink that we have in our home right now. I'm going to read this label to you, and I want you to be asking yourself, what kind of impression does it give you as far as the health benefits of this particular drink? So this particular drink is not zero calorie. It has 5 calories, which is not a lot, but it is labeled as zero sugar. Sparkling ice makes me think water, like, oh, this is flavored water. This is probably a healthy drink for me to have. And it even says naturally flavored sparkling water. It's got antioxidants, it's got vitamins, it has zero sugar. How could this in any way be harmful to the body? When I go to the ingredients list, however, I see sucralose. Now again, it's interesting because it says naturally flavored sparkling water. Well, a big pull for this drink is that it's actually pretty sweet, and that's because of the sucralose content. Anyways, I just wanted to show you an example from my own home of how these labels and products can be quite misleading. The most important question that comes next, of course, is how do these artificial sweeteners actually affect the body? So we all know that a huge downside to sugary drinks is the development of cavities. Bacteria in our mouth feed off of sugar, and it allows them to grow at a higher rate than normal and attach to our teeth, eating and wearing down our teeth and causing cavities. One of the really nice benefits to artificial sweeteners is that bacteria in the mouth that cause cavities can't feed off of that sweetener. This is especially true if the sweetener is sorbitol, which you'll often see is a component of a lot of the sugar-free gum. Sorbitol gives gum that sweet taste while at the same time decreasing the risk for developing cavities. This is an awesome benefit of artificially sweetened drinks compared to sugary drinks. But I want you to realize that when this comparison is made, it's comparing these zero sugar drinks with artificial sweetener to sugary drinks themselves. A lot of these artificially sweetened products are carbonated, meaning they are acidic in nature and can wear down the enamel, which protects our teeth and prevents cavities from forming. So to summarize this point, artificial sweeteners definitely decrease the risk of cavities when compared to sugar in and of itself, but it isn't necessarily protective or a healthy option for the teeth as compared to something like water or other non-sweetened beverages. Alright, so let's move on to the next way the body is affected, and this comes down to the gut. Before this beverage is even absorbed, artificial sweeteners have a significant impact on the health of our gut. Most of you probably already know that we have healthy bacteria living in our gut. This group of healthy bacteria has a long list of ways that it helps the body, including digestion of food and helping prevent any harmful or infectious bacteria from invading the gut. Artificial sweeteners have a direct impact on this good bacteria living in our gut. It actually changes the whole composition of bacteria throughout our GI system. So I guess the question is, does this really make a big deal? Well, yes. At the very least, it could cause symptoms like bloating, flatulence, or even diarrhea. For anyone who has underlying GI issues, for example, someone with inflammatory bowel disease or someone who has a sensitivity to gluten, artificial sweeteners can aggravate all of the symptoms that you may already experience. Now, this is probably one of the most straightforward negative impacts of artificial sweeteners, and is one of the reasons I may recommend against certain individuals drinking such drinks. Here is a list of some of the other negative effects that we know for sure about artificial sweeteners. 1. Artificial sweeteners quicken alcohol intoxication, so combining these 0 calorie, 0 sugar drinks with alcohol is not recommended. 2. For reasons that we don't know, artificial sweeteners can cause migraines in some people. Probably not the case for most people, but if you have been having migraines, then it's something to think about. Now, most worrisome is the fact that some studies have shown that artificial sweeteners may be associated with a higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. This is one of those things that hasn't been proven for sure, and probably something that we need a little bit more time to understand, but it does make me question just how healthy these drinks may be. Okay, I want to address the questions that most of you are probably wondering, and that is, do these 0 calorie, 0 sugar drinks actually help someone lose weight? In a similar fashion, do they help someone with diabetes lower their blood sugar? The overall sense that I get when I've done research and I look at all of the studies that have been done is that we don't know. There have been a lot of studies that have looked at artificially sweetened drinks. Some show people losing weight, some show weight being unchanged, and some show people gaining weight when drinking these products. My overall impression is that these types of drinks seem to be a healthier choice when compared to sugary drinks, but definitely not nearly as good as drinking water or another non-sweetened beverage. Whether or not it helps you lose or even maintain the weight that you have, you do have to think about some of the other potential effects of these types of drinks. Now, I do think it can be a really good choice for people in certain situations. For example, if someone is used to drinking large amounts of sugary drinks, this is a great option, a great alternative for them, especially to kind of wean off that sugar. If you're trying to make the absolute healthiest choices for your body and what you put into it, I would just stay away from these drinks. As long as the FDA lets companies freely advertise these drinks as 0 calories, 0 sugar, and a diet or healthy option, you have to do your due diligence to look at the food labels and recognize if they've added any artificial sweeteners. I hope you learned something today about 0 calorie drinks and how to make better decisions about what you are drinking and eating on a day-to-day basis. These products are far from being the worst thing that you can drink in the world, and I don't want to sound like I'm completely bashing them. The biggest thing I want everyone to understand is that there are hidden products and hidden sweeteners in these drinks that can have some impacts on your health. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, take a quick second to subscribe down below, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video.
We're going under, there's nothing we can do. The final hour before we let it go to rest. It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest.